Yeah, keep in mind, guys, when in charge, be in charge, right? When it's your time to lead, lead. When it's your time to follow, follow. Because eventually you're going to be the one that's put in charge and you're going to expect everyone else to follow your lead. And if you got a leader that's struggling, guess what? As a team, you have to help, right? Because you win as a team, you fail as a team.
Now, with less than 40 men remaining, the real test begins. For many, the next 5 days will be the most difficult of their lives. Plunged into a fictitious civil war, they must do whatever they can to help the guerrilla leaders. They will be fed just once in the next 5 days, and sleep will become non-existent. This final and hardest phase is called Lucky Dip.
Putting the guys under pressure through fatigue and lack of nutrition by not giving any food, it achieves the immediate aim of putting them in that circumstance that they may find on the battlefield.
Welcome back to the reaction series, guys. We're going to finish this one off. From what I understand, guys, the hardest phase so far is yet to come. Who will make it, who won't? Let's keep watching.
That's what we're trying to see out of Lucky Dip.
On the first night, they are kept awake by a tribal leader. He wants to know what the Australian soldiers are made of.
We're here to talk about warriors. Put your hand up here if you've lost a warrior brother in combat. You.
Many of the remaining men are experienced soldiers who have already confronted the brutality of war.
The section was on patrol in Chora Valley, trying to find some Taliban or some insurgents in the area.
We were ambushed by Taliban insurgents, and then, a few things happened from there, and he ended up getting shot. And
that improvised explosive device killed one A&A member, killed our interpreter, and gave small fragmentation wounds to one of our soldiers.
Warrior. Everyone agree? Yes.
Shout out to these guys, man, for supporting us in Iraq and Afghanistan. They've seen the same horrors that we've had on our side of the border. Ruling for these guys. Let's keep watching.
A warrior story. Who else has a warrior story?
The candidates have been broken into 3 small groups. They now face the punishing reality of what this phase is all about. Impossible tasks demanded by directing staff, posing as guerrilla leaders.
Now, guys, we have something similar in Special Forces Assessment and Selection on the Green Beret side, and it's called Team Week, or Mission Impossible Week, as I like to call it. Very similar tasks, right? You are given impossible missions that you and a group of dudes have to figure out how to carry out, and it's not easy, but it looks like these guys are going through something very similar. Let's see how they do.
What they're carrying are outboard motor engine boxes that have been filled with sandbags. They've got a couple of poles and some ropes, and their dilemma is to get it across country. They're quite heavy. It takes 4 blokes a bit of effort to get it off the ground, and they need help from other people to do that. So clearly it's a task that's bigger than they can really achieve, and that's what we're aiming for here.
If we're going to pause, guys, let's communicate with each other.
Yeah, all right. Go to forward.
We're going to assess the candidates throughout, particularly the bloke who's been given command of the activity, and also they'll be watching people who can clearly see a better solution.
What's other measures that we can do to make that happen? Like if we have to rethink it all?
Chuck another pole.
Yeah, maybe another pole or somewhere like that.
Like the original idea, that was it.
Now, the biggest thing, guys, when it comes to Team Week, like, you're going to have somebody that's in charge, right? Now, as a leader, what type of leader are you going to be? Are you going to be that guy that listens to your team and come up with a good plan? Or are you going to be that dude that's like, nope, we're doing it this way, my way, or no way, right? Because that's what's going to lead you to failing. Now, once you're tired, hungry, sleepy, the bitch seems to tend to come out of dudes, right? The monster, the angry dude that don't want to listen to anybody and just wants to do whatever he wants to do. That guy tends to come out. And if it does and you don't know how to control yourself, then how are you going to do this in combat? Everything that you're experiencing doing Team Week, at some point in time, an ODA, you know, a SAS team, they faced it in combat, which is why they're having you guys go through it. So this phase should be pretty interesting.
Up. One, two, three, peace.
The activities are simple in nature, but when you are tired, sleep deprivation, lack of food, constant work rate, this is when all those little personal traits come out.
1, 2, 3, go!
This is where we really test the soldiers' mettle, their endurance, their tenacity, and that dogged determination comes through with those soldiers who want to win.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like when you're getting food every day, you're sleeping, it's easy to fake it. But when all those essentials are taken away and you're conducting stuff like this, you can't help it. Subconsciously, you're just going to start being an asshole. And that's what Cadre is looking for.
Men work harder. They're not working. No, they're not. Make them work. We'll be here all day.
As the day unfolds, the guerrilla leaders show no sympathy for the men's growing exhaustion.
We can get there, we can get there. Hurry.
Less than 2 kilometres into the 7-kilometre task, the lack of food and sleep is taking a heavy toll, and Candidate 53 has reached breaking point.
Feels like it's in that rib.
Yeah, mate.
Half at my left rib side is just quite painful.
Sensing weakness, the guerrilla leaders try to lure him into quitting.
Down for the count. Bit of pain. Pedal left. Yep. Left. No.
Boys, get out. Drop.
Alright, you got
Okay.
forward, buddy.
Yep, someone get on with
Unable to contribute physically, 53 is sent forward as the scout. Finally, the group reaches the destination, only to be told they will need to take the cargo even further. To help, they are offered an alternative mode of transport.
That's where your vehicle is. You need to go and collect it. Roger that.
How much money you guys want to bet that vehicle has no wheels? Been there, seen it. This should be interesting. And the messed up thing is, even though you start to lose guys left and right, it doesn't matter. Your load doesn't get any lighter. You still have to accomplish the mission. Let's keep watching.
Left guarding the area, 53 has time to contemplate what appears to be a significant rib injury.
To get 2 or 3 days from the end and have an injury like that, it's just devastating. My goal was just to get to the end of the course, and that's something that'll probably ponder on later, and think about and obviously be quite devastated about. But I don't know. I'm not going to think about that yet. I haven't.
Despite his pain, Candidate 53 is refusing to quit. He knows that if he does, he can never reapply.
No, physically I won't take myself off.
Are you comfortable with that?
Instead, he wants to be withdrawn by the staff on medical grounds.
I can't lift anything, so I don't know what they're going to say about that. I can't lift that type of weight.
To break the deadlock, a medic is called in for an appraisal.
Let's make a decision, one way or the other.
It's sort of there and sort of out to the left.
So it's out to this side?
Yep.
Just let me know.
A bit higher.
But it's all left-sided,
Yeah.
Okay.
Because his injury is proving difficult to assess, 53 will be returned to base. It is now up to the regiment's doctor to decide his fate.
Check down lower.
So that's the vehicle they went to go get, right? They had to build another apparatus so they can move that engine. All right, loving it.
With no food in their stomachs, but a strong taste of what the next 5 days will bring, the inevitable starts to happen.
My brain's just fried. I'm not thinking straight, I can't participate. So instead of being a burden on them, that's it.
So you understand once you've given that to me, you're off the course?
Yes, sir.
You can't reapply for selections again?
Yep.
Okay.
And that's the thing you got to keep in mind, guys. The condition that he is in, everyone else is in that same position. But you can't self-assess. You can't take yourself out. Let the cadre do their job. Let's keep watching.
Might as well take off the tag, grab the gear, follow on behind. Stay back about 100, 200 metres.
I guess I just wasn't, prepared mentally. I don't know. Yeah. Shit happens, eh? Just not meant to be, I guess.
The contagion now spreads to 62.
So we'll walk back down along behind us now.
By the end of the first day of the final phase, 7 more men have quit. For those who choose to stay, the pain will only get worse. These men are only 4 days from the end of the 21-day selection process and the chance of becoming an SAS soldier. However, another sleepless and foodless night is followed by another day of crippling tasks. Candidate 53 has been returned to the group, his injury deemed too light to be given a medical withdrawal.
That's all right, man. I'll go out for personal, so there we are.
It isn't long before the pain becomes too much.
I can't load anything. As soon as I get any weight on my shoulders, as soon as it collapses on that side, I can't breathe. How you feeling, mate? You going to be right to go and follow up, or? No good, mate. No, mate.
And the interesting thing here is the medical staff won't give him a medical, so now he has to make the hard decision. Let's see what he chooses to do.
The team moves on without him.
They strapped me up. I got told I had it's highly likely the cartilage and bone have separated in my back, and I just can't breathe and I can't load it up. So when I load it up, I just can't breathe and it's fucking pain.
Now desperate to be granted a medical withdrawal, 53 waits again for the ambulance.
Never pull myself off, but I've got to obviously see if there's something else we can do, because what happened last night wouldn't work for me.
Meanwhile, the team trudges on.
1, 2, 3, push!
We've had no sleep, no food. Yeah, the body just, you can feel it it feels like it's eating itself inside out, yeah. I feel like we hit that catabolic state where, because I haven't had any food for a couple of days. And
yeah, at this point, guys, you can just smell your body just freaking consuming itself. It smells like ammonia. This is where it gets real right here, guys, because again, SFAS will do the same thing during team week, right? Just going after day after day after day, no food, no sleep, and this is after going through all the physical pain and anguish of the previous 2 weeks, and now you gotta freaking push these heavy objects around while your body is starving for nutrition. All right, it's not an easy place to be at all.
Water now, so it's it feels like it's getting worse and worse as we go on.
1, 2, 3, push!
While some are struggling to cope with their shrinking bodies, Others are starting to grow in stature.
Dudes on the side, if you push the wheel, you actually get more leverage.
Okay, yeah. Oh, we can do this, fellas.
Okay, suck it up for one big one. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's it. Good work. Okay, rest.
A few hours later, 53 is returned. This time he's been shown some mercy.
They gave me the option to have an injection into that area for immediate pain relief. It's only going to last for 5 hours. I've got some Panadol and all that other stuff, so I'll just try to manage it the best I can.
Satisfied his injury can't get worse, the directing staff now want to see what he is really made of.
Basically, we want a soldier that puts himself last, his team, his mates first, and a mission first. His comfort comes last, and that's a crux to it.
They're always playing games. Every day's a game. So as long as they give me an opportunity, I'll take it.
They can always fix you after. You know, guys have finished fucking selection courses with broken arms and broken legs and all sorts of stuff.
So now, what do you guys think should happen to 53? Should they just put him in charge and then just kind of let him lead and not really handle the load, or should they punish him just like everyone else?
So in the regular army, he must prove he has enough command presence to be an officer in the SAS. The boat carry is exhausting and tedious. It soon creates tension.
Hey mate, we need 6 on this fucking Zulu, alright?
You right?
Yeah, but we won't be for 6 hours.
Who's in command? Are they or fucking you?
I am, sir.
Well, take...
Alright, let's get this rotation going. Yeah, slide them forward.
Yeah, keep in mind, guys, when in charge, be in charge, right? When it's your time to lead, lead. When it's your time to follow, follow. Because eventually you're going to be the one that's put in charge, and you're going to expect everyone else to follow your lead. And if you got a leader that's struggling, guess what? As a team, you have to help. Right? Because you win as a team, you fail as a team. Let me know what you guys think about this particular section, guys, as they start to venture into team week and get after it. All right, next week, we'll close this one off because there's only about 20 minutes left or so, and then they'll have their selection, a ceremony where they identify who's been selected and who has not been. All right, I'm looking forward to ending this series. Really interesting. Very similar to SFAS, what I went through back in the days. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and until next time, guys, take care of yourselves.